We're here at Mercury Lounge, and you came all the way out from Danville, Virginia, right?
Yeah, man. Unfortunately.
That's commitment. Unfortunately, saying that's commitment, man.
All I wanna do is be here.
All right, so we're here with BZZY.
What's going
His
on,
MUSE in the cut. We're happy to have you here, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
BZZY's getting ready to perform at Rising Stars, our first Rising Star show here at Mercury Lounge, New York City, December 23rd, 2019. So we're gonna get to know a little bit more about BZZY, who just dropped an album called BZZY. You know, sharing his story for the past 3 years, and we're excited, man. So
yeah, man.
share, obviously we know each other and everything, but share if everybody watching a little bit more about yourself and where you're from and how you got into music.
Well, my name is BZZY, from Virginia, born and raised. The way I got into music was, it just was always around. You know what I'm saying? Like, just coming up, I think everybody who live in the inner city always wanted to at least try their hand at rapping. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much just how I got involved in it, and I just stuck with it. So, that ain't really a big drawn out process to it. You know what I'm saying? I just love music, man. Just love rapping, love doing it.
So what would you say, was there a defining moment that inspired you to start getting this music? Like maybe you heard a song or you just started writing a verse? What would you say is sparked that for you?
What sparked it? Well, I can remember early on. I used to have, when I was young, I used to have this Mighty Mouse videotape, and my mom on somebody had recorded Salt and Pepper, Push It, the Fat Boys, Are You Ready, Freddie? My man, what's his name? Posse's on Broadway. So I remember watching that as a kid, you know what I'm saying? So I fell in love with hip hop then, and Kumo D, the Wild Wild West, all that stuff. So I had kind of fell in love with hip hop then. When I first tried my hand in it, it was around the time of when Allen Iverson was popping. Everybody was, Fab. Everybody wanted to be the Punchline King and this, that, and the third. So that's when I started trying my hand at it.
That's awesome. So you started making music and everything. At what point were you all right, this is something I want to be seriously do as a career and all that?
I always kind of pictured myself, from the beginning, doing it on a major scale. I grew up in the era of Bow Wow, man. If you was a kid back then and you act like you didn't want to be Bow Wow, you fronted.
Yeah, he was huge.
Yeah, Bow Wow was huge, man. Everybody wanted to be Bow Wow at that time, so that's pretty much what happened, man.
So tell me more about your music influences. Who inspires you as an artist, genres, artists, all that.
Like I said, Kendrick, Kanye definitely for sure. Because I was listening to his music at a real pivotal time in my life. I think, I'll probably say that's probably about it. Anybody that I can look to and say, man, I should have did that, or I should have said that line. Anybody that I deem is better, you know what I mean? That's the people that kind of inspire me to do music.
Yeah,
Other than that, it's just life. Anything I go through, that's the
experiences.
I got to experience some things. If I ever find myself in having writer's block, I'm just gonna have to just stop, take a trip, do something, experience something, before I can get back into that mode again. So
hell yeah, man. So speaking of writer's block and all that process, so you mentioned J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, sounds like some lyrical rappers and rappers that really push the envelope with lyricism. What would you say your creative process looks like? How do you get in the zone? You mentioned experiences. Do you tap into your memories, or do you is there a ritual or things that you do before recording or writing?
Well, in the middle, I think in the beginning, how I come across it, I get inspired by the beat. So I never write records, write rhymes without the beat. That's the main thing, and that's why my music sounds so tailored to each beat, because I write it for that specific beat. First, it'll start out maybe me in the car, just vibing to the record. I may not even write to it to maybe a couple of weeks after, but that's just how I vibe out first. I vibe to it for a long, long time, see what I feel, what type of thoughts I feel when when I'm listening to that record, and that's how I come up with my subject matter and things of that nature. And then it'll go from that to me being in the studio and actually writing, I can't. I'm way different than a lot of other artists. I think in this realm, I can't have anybody in the studio. It gotta be just me and the engineer, or it's just gonna be
when
me.
you're writing. So
Yeah,
that's actually good for your publishing rights,
Yeah.
because a lot of people don't know this, but let's say you actually have, like, let's say another person in the studio and they just say one word, like, oh, you should adjust that one word.
Right.
They can actually own an equal share in the writing rights as you. Yeah. It's actually, there's a famous saying in Nashville, 1 word, 1/3. Where basically, like, so that's interesting. That's dope. So helps your creativity when you're saying, like, you're isolated to you, just with the music, with the beat, you're listening, you're vibing out, like, that's dope, man. Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. And then to go from there, it could take anywhere from a day to maybe a month to finish the record. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on where I'm at, and I just really have to really sit with it. I don't rush records. I don't do anything.
You have to feel it, right?
Yeah, I really gotta feel it and really sit with it. And then even before I even go into the recording process, it's a process of me just rehearsing it over and over and over and learning it. Because maybe I want to add a few things here, I may want to add a few things there. And when I get in the studio and I'm actually recording, it's go time. So I don't even waste. That's the time that I spend the least. Because when I get in the studio, I'm recording, laying everything down.
Just focus on getting the job done.
Get it all the way done. That way I ain't gotta sit here and be coming back recording.
Yeah.
Lay it down, then let it sit for a day, and then I come back and then I mix it.
Oh yeah, and like I know you're a father and stuff. Like, so share more like as a father, like you got 2 sons, one son on the way. Like how you balance being a father and being an artist, and like also like, because I'm sure you definitely inspire a lot of people out there. Like maybe have families are like, oh, I got a family, this and that. Like we out here rapping, just dropped your album, which we'll get to in a second as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
A couple of days ago. So like how has it been balancing that, and like, do your kids inspire you even, with music, like creating music?
Yeah, you know what my sons, they tapped into the new artists these days. So what I say is they keep me kind of young and sharp and keep me in the loop with everything that's going on that end of the spectrum. But as far as balancing, me and their mom, we divorced some years back. So that's actually, if you listen to my music, I express that as well.
Going through that, exactly. Yeah, that's something I actually really like about your music. I'm sure, like, for listeners out there, check out BZZY's album BZZY on streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music. He talks about like exactly like stuff that people could relate to, like especially if they have like family, if they're going through divorce.
it ain't uncommon.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah, no, it's American way. Man.
Yeah, I ain't no perfect dude. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
100%.
I don't go on social media platforms and air my grievances out. Definitely. I use the music as my therapy.
You want to share maybe a little more about what you've been working on, like the album you just released and plans for the future?
Oh yeah, so just released BZZY OG, and it's just doing good, man. The plan for that is to just see how far I can take this album, with new videos, more merch, more marketing, more learning, and just constantly being a student of this game. Of course, I am going to get back into recording some new stuff, but as of right now, I want to make sure that I can make this album as big as possible by setting up interviews, doing shows, you know what I mean, and just really having my own circuit and building that kind of like, that little cycle. That way I can kind of know exactly what I need to do to maximize the optimism of my records.
Absolutely. That's awesome, man. Okay, dope. Yeah. Dope, and like, what would you say, like, if you had to pick, like, a favorite song or a song that you feel like, you would really want people to listen to, like, especially out of your album?
I got favorite ones on different days, depending on how I'm feeling.
On your mood, right? Yeah.
And, because I look at them, all 9 of these records, I just look at them as all my babies. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they all got different qualities that I love. If you listen to Cardinal Village, that one is very near and dear. Rocket Patel, I get my shit off. I start talking on that. That's my baby too. I mean, you got Conversation with a Demon. That's a favorite of mine. Of course, Pray, a record that I dedicated to my mom and my grandma. Front Pew, I'm really like a clown for real in real life, so I kind of bring that out in my music as well. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of voiceovers and shit like that. So So yeah, I mean, I can't really say one specific one. I may bump Rocket Patel 50 times and then bump Conversation with a Demon 50 times or Pray 50 times. It really just depends on how I'm feeling at that moment.
So you got any big plans for like 2020 and for the future, like the next like 5-10 years, like where would you ideally like to take your career and your sound and your artistry?
So I would say for 2020, I even though I have to narrow down my goal list, I would say just off the top of my head, I want to be able to have a circuit for doing shows, a circuit for doing interviews and just building that up and building more content, more brand, building more for my merch, and kind of just creating a whole world of BZZY OG 792, and just kind of bringing everybody into my fold, man. I'm not trying to go out here and do no off the wall stuff. I just want to kind of bring everybody into my realm and see how I kick it for a few.
And you say you're originally from Virginia Beach, right?
I'm originally from Danville.
Oh, from Danville. But
Virginia.
you were in Virginia Beach, and then you also lived in, you mentioned Chicago.
Yeah, I lived in Virginia Beach. I used to be in the military. I used to be in the Navy.
That's right, in the Navy.
So so that's how I got to Virginia Beach first. Then after that, I went to Chicago. Then I came back to Virginia Beach for about 6 years. And after I got out of the Navy, I moved down to New Orleans. Okay, and I was in New Orleans for the last 7 years, and I'm just now moving back to Virginia this year.
Has that also influenced your music as well, like living in all these different places? And
oh yeah, for sure. But see, I was in Chicago before the drill movement, so it was more so like everything was like Gucci Man this, Gucci Man that in Chicago. So that was a little different. Really? Yeah. Before Chief Keef and all that.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. So they hadn't had their movement just yet. But I would say living in New Orleans definitely, it's a very eclectic place. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everything is music all the way around. If you ever go to a second line, they second line for everything. It's a big old parade that they do from city to city, not from city to city, from neighborhood to neighborhood. They do it for weddings, birthdays, funerals. So it's constant music 24/7 in New Orleans. So yeah, that definitely influenced me with my ear.
Probably inspired you too, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I tell people all the time, my soul is in New Orleans, man.
Yeah, man.
For real.
Awesome. Okay.
For real.
That's awesome, man. Like, so, how'd you get your name, BZZY OG? I know before it was like Busy and BZZY OG. Like, what inspired
BZZY OG? BZZY OG. That honestly, God, it was really like real estate for Spotify and Apple Music, because it's a million business. I started out as Busy, BIZZY. Then I shortened it to Biz. Yeah. Then I went to BIZ. But it's too many people in that realm. So I took the I Busy and BZZY. And then I just put OG on there just to kind of give it a ring, little hook to it. And then, just like I said, just real estate. Making sure that that my fans are able to find me on all platforms. So
I think that's most of the questions. There's one other thing I want to ask you. Like, where can people find out more about you? Like, listen to your music, learn more about you. Follow you. Like, maybe a newsletter.
Yeah, you can follow me. You can follow me on Facebook at Good Business. You can follow me on Instagram at BZZY792. Twitter the same thing. Follow me. Let me know that you're interested in everything, and I add you to my email list. As my man Dan San hooked me up with, so
of course, man.
We trying to make sure we honing in on our real fans.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for you guys listening, watching this interview, no matter when you're watching, make sure, because this is a classic album right here, BZZY OG.
Thank you.
Dropped December 20th. BZZY really shares his story and stuff. So go, rock out to that on streaming platforms, and keep that playing all night too while you sleep.
Oh yeah.
Get those streams in. You know what I'm saying? Like, support. And man, was there anything else you wanted to share with the viewers?
Nah, man, I just thank y'all for having me, man.
Of course, man.
Good thing. I'm ready to go out there and fuck shit up.
Hell yeah, man. It's a pleasure, brother.
For sure, man.
It's a pleasure, man. This is Dan San and BZZY OG. We're here at Mercury Lounge, Muse in the Cut, and we're signing out. Thank you guys for joining us.
Peace.